All right, here we go.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we want to wish everyone Happy New Year. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas.
Yep. And when you see this, it will be right after New Year, so
Yeah.
good, bad, or ugly, hopefully.
Here we go. 2021.
Don't touch anything.
You know what? We had some
weird.
wonderful times.
It was.
We got to see family we haven't seen in a while.
And so this video is actually a recap of the 2020 season. Mm-hmm. And a lot to be said about that during pandemic conditions and all. So I took down some notes. We're going to kind of recap some of it here.
Yeah.
Mammoth Lakes. We haven't been to Mammoth in a while, and I love the Mammoth area.
I have to say, Mammoth, we saw some beautiful places this year,
Yep.
But Mammoth still is my favorite place to be.
Did some crazy off-roading.
Oh, God.
Dawn caught a snake.
Don't remind me. Oh, my God. Get it off, get it off, get it off. Yeah, I did. I was fishing when I caught the snake.
And we scoped out some cool future boondocking places to camp that were closed because of California's infinite wisdom to close dispersed camping during.
Yeah, which was really difficult because the camping that was available was tight.
A lot of it was tight. Now we weren't tight in at Brown's Campground.
Brown's Campground was great. You have a lot of room at Brown's Campground in Mammoth.
But you figure
it's a great area.
Yeah, at Brown's you're paying for like premium camping, but you're getting pretty much dry camping. Yeah,
it is boondocking. So it's dry camping.
It's mixed emotions on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then there was Virginia City. Oh my gosh. That was awesome.
The campground at Virginia City is, which is in town, is nice. It's small again.
Now, one thing I did not mention on any of the videos.
But it's a great campground.
The Washoe Club. After that tour of the Washoe Club, and I uploaded that video, I called the guy who did the tour. Mm-hmm. And I basically asked him, can you please watch my video? I didn't do any special effects.
We did a ghost tour, okay?
Yeah, well, you go back and watch the ghost tour, and I asked him, please, if you could debunk any of this stuff, because I don't know if I got something or not.
Non-believer.
Now, he responded to my email. And first thing he was saying, he said the three visual things I got, he said he couldn't say yes or no. He'd have to study the original footage a little bit more and look it over. But he couldn't say yes or no on that. But he said the EVP, the voice, he said that was real and one of the most amazing captures he has heard. You know. All right, I'm in the middle of editing this sequence, and I've come across a fifth phenomenon. This is an EVP, electronic voice phenomenon. As I'm walking and looking down into the crypt, you hear a very guttural sound and some really weird, deep guttural breathing. And as I'm pulling back and moving away, you hear a voice that is unlike anybody that has been on that tour. It's a very dark, very deep, guttural voice. I don't know exactly what it says. If you can figure it out, please let me know. I'm going to do an enhancement on it as well. So listen very carefully right here. It kind of sounds like they're saying like a name. So that's basically it. Now, let me know what you think. Anyways, moving on.
in a long time.
And then he went and invited us to come back and do an overnight.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out when can we get back there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's it's kind of one of those scary but yet fun, excited. Do I really want to do this or not? But yeah, I think it's. I'm hoping we get back.
We have the Sutukis there, so
yeah, they're not far.
We visit with them. So
yeah, in fact, that took us to Carson City where we spent an overnight there and
got to visit with friends.
Yes.
And miss you guys. Hope everything's going well.
But the Redwoods, definitely something to see. If you've never been up to the California Redwoods, Redwood National Forest, Humboldt, that whole area, just gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
You got to spend some time up there.
Yeah. They closed off areas which made other areas overpopulated with people.
The Redwoods weren't that bad.
The Redwoods weren't that bad. There were some areas where we kind of drove by and went, no.
I just thought it was funny, though, the backcountry areas were shut down.
Yeah.
And that was backcountry, who's going to go back there? I mean, there's the people who would go back there are going to be dispersed and away from people anyway. So I just found that kind of weird.
There are parts of Highway 1 up in the Redwoods that you cannot take an RV. And if you look at the roads, you'll see why.
Yeah, map that out.
So map that out most definitely.
I was aware of that, so we pretty much avoided trying to go up that route. You got to make sure you got the right length. So another surprise happy accident is as we were fighting to try to find the spot to go for the 4th of July, we finally found a reservation, the only one on the entire coast of Oregon, was this little town called Florence. And what a cute, amazing little town.
Loved it. It was quaint. We did find a great camp place there. It really wasn't that crowded.
The campground, yes, was packed in, but the people in the town and everything was pretty dispersed.
And the campground, everybody pretty much stayed to themselves. The thing that was great about that was our niece and nephew and grandniece got to come down. They live in Oregon, came across and met us there for the day.
So it was really kind of
which
fun
was really fun getting to be with them.
And then, of course, Goonies country, Astoria.
I loved Astoria.
It was so cool. It was such a neat seaside town.
Yep.
There was a lot of great history there. We did some museums.
Stayed at a great campsite. Once again, a small campsite.
Yep.
The only thing about it is it's right there on the highway.
The owners were super nice.
Owners are amazing.
And they've done a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, it was a campsite that they took over that was really in bad shape.
Yeah.
And they have really cleaned it up. And I love Astoria. I would definitely go back and spend more time in Astoria.
Absolutely. You're going to speed through this. Another happy accident, because we were supposed to stay in Coeur d'Alene. It didn't happen. We couldn't find a site.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But we wound up in a little town called Wallace, Idaho. Center of the universe. Also the site where they filmed Dante's Peak. And not too far from one of Dawn's favorite adventures, the Route of the Hiawatha.
You're not going to let me live.
Can we laugh about it yet?
No.
Okay, no. It's still too soon. Getting closer, though, I think. Okay.
Well, Wallace is great. Check it out. Great little town. It's quaint. Yes, if you're a bike rider, the Hiawatha Trail is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say it. It was amazing. And the thing is, there's not just the Hiawatha. In the town itself, there's this bike ride that is all...
very cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's all cemented in. It's beautiful.
I mean, technically, you could ride all the way to Coeur d'Alene if
you could. If you wanted to. If you were a long-distance rider, it would be awesome.
And it was all flat and, it's
a lot of wonderful history in Wallace. Got to check it out. It's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah. A lot of firefighting history there, too.
A lot of firefighting and mining.
Yeah, a lot of mining
history.
Yeah.
And they stuck it to the man there. Woo! Check it out.
Yeah, it's in the video. Check the video. Then we wound up in Montana. We stayed in Kalispell for a long time. Seemed like forever.
Well,
great place to be as far as the gateway to get into Glacier National Park.
Yeah.
So if you're going up to Glacier, great place. You're only about 30 miles from Glacier.
Mm-hmm.
You're near Whitefish. Some cool things to see in Whitefish. It's a year-round
Again,
resort.
unfortunately, because of COVID, so much was closed down. So there were a lot of things we wanted to do that we didn't get to do.
But for us, it was one of those things, and we'll talk about that in a second too.
Yeah.
When life slaps you in the face, a lot of our time there was basically caring for Sierra.
For Sierra, yeah, so, my white husky. Yeah.
So that was our main time there. But we did get out a few times.
Well, I think the funnest thing I did, and I would love, was our
funnest.
Funnest.
You got fun, funner, and funnest.
Funnest. Okay. It's a new word.
Yes. Flathead River.
Flathead River. And our daughter came up and visited for a week, which was great, and with our son and his fiance, and Chris and Christina got to check out his videos because he did a great video on that flathead.
And one of the last major stops was Bryce.
Yeah.
And that's, truthfully, I would like to do the Big 5 tour one of these years coming up.
Yeah.
Because those, the Utah parks are just...
They're stunning.
If you like
beautiful.
that spectacular desert...
mountain...
Yeah, erosion.
Red. And I mean red.
It's some pretty spectacular stuff that they've got there. So I would definitely recommend checking those out. I do want to talk a little bit, though. We actually had 7 opportunities of boondocking, dry camping. And
I don't think we had that many.
For those of you who are questioning boondocking, I talked a little bit about it in the last episode on how much does boondocking actually cost. Fact of the matter is, if you've got a generator or some way to produce energy to keep your batteries up, whether it's solar or whether it's even a couple of small panels to keep your batteries charged or a generator, and you've got some decent holding tanks, it is a great way to go. It is a great way to go. We had some
absolutely beautiful
and
restful, peaceful, I don't know what you want to call them, boondocking areas.
Yeah, but we also hit every type of boondocking spot.
Yeah, we did.
That people talk about. Like the first one we hit, Bear Creek Casino, an Indian casino.
Right.
I would definitely do research before you stop. Check the, like Campendium, how many stars or whatever.
We went into one casino that we thought was going to be it. It took us in this back way.
They were closed.
We got there and felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah, we were like the only one there. It was very, very weird.
I walked around a little bit. It was very odd, and I kind of told Steve, I think we need to move on.
Yeah, not all casinos are created equal.
We did not feel too good there.
So, but Bear Creek was awesome.
Beautiful casino.
Had breakfast there. Yeah. It was really awesome. It was a great spot.
I think it was a 3-night stay.
You could stay up to 3 nights there.
Up to 3 nights
there. We stayed the 1 night. Well, then we stayed at a Walmart up at Port Angeles. And it was actually, I felt really safe up there. Yes. It was the top of Olympic National Park. We didn't know where we were staying that night. To be honest, in hindsight, there was a couple of Indian casinos up there that actually offered full hookups, and they were free. That was not full hookups, excuse me. No. Electric. They had electric, and they were free, and that was pretty amazing. I think one had water as well.
And electric. I'm not sure,
but I know they had electric. But that sounds so amazing. So that would have been a good one to stay at.
Kind of almost wish we had stayed there instead, but
we were just staying overnight.
It was just overnight, and
some of the things to look for. I mean, check out the neighborhood around it. The quality of and the cleanliness. There were a lot of other people there, so it wasn't like we were out there all by ourselves.
Right. So and we always go in. We check with the manager. Is it okay if we stay?
Always a good idea. Now we left Port Angeles. Now the next one we found, I guess it's not technically boondocking because it cost us $5 a night, but that was Allen's Bar Campground. That was the coastal side of Olympic National Park. Mm-hmm. And it was an amazing
site. on a river. It was beautiful.
Other than rednecks on holiday, it was a really cool place.
Yeah. Can't always guarantee who you're going to have next year.
That's true. We went a little bit further before we boondocked again, but then we wound up at that Beaverhead Campground, which was Bureau of Reclamation, and that one was amazing. It was finished, cemented in, gazebo awning. I mean, that place was
up in
really
Montana,
nice.
And that was really, really nice.
And if it wasn't for the fires, the view was spectacular.
We were there, I forget how many days.
5 or 6 days.
5 or 6 days. Beautiful area. They did have restrooms available if you needed that.
Yeah.
Chris and Christina took their kayaks out. The nice thing about Beaver, though, is the second to the last day before we left, the skies from the fires did clear.
Clear, beautiful.
And it was absolutely beautiful. Oh, couldn't believe what the view was.
Oh, yeah. We hit 2 more one-nighters. Cracker Barrel. I recommend Cracker Barrels.
Yeah,
we're coming down to Utah. We stayed overnight at Cracker Barrel. That is an awesome place to be because the food is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually the parking lots are clean. They're okay with overnighters.
But once again, check, with the management.
And if you say, is it really free? Well, courtesy tells you at least have either dinner or breakfast there. You know?
And how can you not at a Cracker Barrel?
Exactly.
I mean, really.
But when you think about it, it's like having a free breakfast if you think about the fact that if you were at a campsite, it would have cost you.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't hit the camera, buddy.
Yep, Atka's come to say hello.
We got a puppy here. Okay. All right. Flying J, noisy but safe.
Oh, it's one of the larger Flying J's.
If the camera shakes, we've got a puppy that wants to rub up against it.
A big puppy.
Stay here.
It is one of the larger Flying J's off of the 15 in Utah.
Yeah.
Lot of trucker activity.
Yeah. That brought us down to Bryce Canyon, Tom's best springs dispersed camping area.
Right.
If you're going to Bryce and you don't want to pay
avoided it.
Yeah, if you're going to Bryce and you don't want to pay the price of campgrounds, there's actually a lot of places around Bryce. In fact, I would suggest go on to Campendium YouTube channel, and they had a whole YouTube channel on all the free camping around Bryce National Park. And that's how we found out about Tom's Best Springs. So now, that was kind of a recap of every place we've been. Now, some of the things, what have we learned from this? Pros and cons of traveling in pandemic conditions.
Wow.
The biggest problem is because everyone was thinking social distance, and the RV and campground industry decided, hey, let's push RVing as a way of social distancing.
Yeah.
RV sales were up
130%.
It was huge.
Is what I
many
heard.
new people.
Maybe
out there.
more than that.
Now, I welcome the newbies, but please do your research so you're actually. Yeah. Oh, he's now shaking the camera.
Well, because he can't. 100-gallon puppy is,
Follow campground etiquette.
Please. Especially if you have animals.
And kids. There's a lot of videos out there on etiquette. Be a good citizen, campground citizen. Now, the problem was, and you know what? We're all in this together now, I guess. So, campgrounds, the previous year, we were able to call days before and get into a site.
Yeah.
We had to call months ahead and then not find anything until we called about 3 or 4 campgrounds. Last year, the previous year, 2019, we got into every place we wanted to.
Yeah. And we didn't have... The other thing is we may have gotten in, but not for the length of stay we wanted.
Well, that's this year. Yeah,
this year.
2020.
Yeah.
A lot of times it was our second, third, fourth choice. And other ones was like in Unnatural, for instance.
We had to move 3 times.
Well, twice there.
Well, twice there. There was another one we moved 3 times.
Wallace we moved twice.
Yeah.
So it's really, you got to really be careful about planning ahead. And now, is that going to be the same next year? Well, all those RVs are out. We don't know yet.
We don't know.
You got to make reservations. Natural and unnatural disasters. There was a lot of fires in the Pacific Northwest and the west side of the United States.
Like I kept saying, my beloved California wasn't going to sink into the ocean. It was going to burn into it.
Yeah, but thank goodness we were on the head end
we kind of kept
of most of these fires, but we still did not escape the smoke. And
we kind of kept one step ahead of having to evacuate and certain things like that.
I feel really awful.
But we did not escape a lot of the smoke.
There was also problems with campground closures, attractions that were closed due to the pandemic or due to the fires.
A lot of the towns that we visited that,
some of the places were just
shops,
felt unsafe.
Couldn't go in.
Yeah, we drove past Seattle, and I know there's a lot of controversy over this, but we passed Seattle when all that rioting and stuff was going on. And I know it only pertained to a small area of Seattle, But knowing my luck, I would have been stuck in the middle of that mess in driving directions.
Well, what's going to happen for next year? How can that be?
Yes. Realize that life can get in the way.
Yes, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, how will it affect next summer travels? The first thing is, life gets in the way sometimes.
Yes, I'm talking about you.
How do you plan for the unexpected? We did not expect to have to take Sierra, who's staring at me right now, to have to take Sierra to the vet and get surgery and emergency surgery and all the time and
that's why we spent more time in Montana.
So, how do you plan for that? Well, one way is to make sure that your emergency funds are not depleted. Make sure you have plenty of emergency funds set aside for the unexpected. It could be any number of things. Yes, we're talking about you. So the other thing that we talk about is we are mapping out our entire route for next summer. Mm-hmm. We're going to definitely make sure that we have reservations in places that may be normally hard to get reservations for, or we anticipate it's going to be hard. During holidays, we're going to have those reservations done months and months and months in advance. So like the 4th of July, Memorial Day, all those things, we're going to have those laid out way ahead of time.
Yeah.
We're talking possibly hitting some major attractions and major areas that have attractions, and therefore those we definitely need to have the reservation made ahead of time.
Yeah.
So that's part of what we've learned from last year is we cannot. I want to be organic, but this coming year we
don't know what's going to happen. Living full time in our RV like we do, you never know what can come up or what can happen.
No.
Plans change.
Always.
And that's, a give and take. You just got to roll with it and go with the flow and have fun. I mean, that's the main thing. It's like, well, I guess we're not doing that. Okay, what's next?
And enjoy.
And it's fun.
Enjoy those happy accidents. We found some amazing places.
Oh, yeah.
Because we weren't so locked in. But now we are going to be more locked in, but still I'm trying to look ahead to see what's out there.
It's
And does it mean we're going to stick to this? Halfway through this trip could get totally blown out the window.
Yeah.
We may find out that we don't need to make reservations anymore and we decide to go in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
So be
it's
flexible.
It's what RVing is all about. Off the beaten path.
Yeah.
And just being flexible with it, having fun with it, going with the flow, and the adventure.
Yep.
Right there. The adventure
all about the adventure.
Who knows?
Excuse me.
Who knows what's going to happen, next. Hopefully everything is good when it does. Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and close this one out here in a second. Okay. This is 2021 now. Stay safe. And we're very grateful for our subscribers. And we are also grateful for future subscribers. We love you guys. I know a lot of your family and friends, but now we've got some other new family and friends. Some of you we haven't met yet. If you're in the surprise area of Arizona, we're here for the winter, and we're going to be doing an update of Sunflower RV Resort in pandemic times.
And we are going to be doing some tours of Arizona.
Yep, we're going to get out of the rig.
You'd be surprised how many things there are to do in Arizona.
Cool stuff. So we're going to go ahead and end it here. Definitely have a great and prosperous and enjoyable 2021 New Year.
Stay safe.
Stay safe, safe travels, and we'll see you on the road.
Salancha.